Hey guys, what is going on? Justin Masson here from Nintendo Dads with another Let's Play hands-on impression review kind of video thing. And this time, guys, it is for Super Meat Boy for the Nintendo Switch. Of course, from Team Meat, we saw that a couple moments ago. We're starting off with our introduction here. I love this intro, by the way. I watched it a couple times. I'm going to shut up and just let it play. Adorable. That's what that is. Adorable. I love the subtle flipping of the bird. That's great. Alright, so the scene has been laid here. Dr. Fetus has stolen our beloved Bandage Girl from Meat Boy, and of course, our objective is to save save Bandage Girl. As we came out of that actually into the menu before we hit start game, what you would have noticed too is the race mode, which is a new feature added for the Nintendo Switch version, which allows for two players to race each other throughout Super Meat Boy, which is a really cool function, and I think especially when you have it on the tablet, on the tabletop mode, kickstand out, Joy-Con, you're playing against each other. I think it's fantastic in that kind of co-op, kind of race mode, shoulder-to-shoulder challenge, but also great on a big screen as well. Now, this is, we're going through our first couple levels really fast here in Super Meat Boy. Now, what Super Meat Boy does really well, I found in the first couple levels, is tutorialize you what you need to do, and they go over that in relation to here is your buttons. But I mean, of course, every game does your tutorials, but they do a great job of covering so you understand the basics. And again, the basics are get through the level and to save Bandage Girl from that level. Now, if you notice within each of the levels as well, there are these other little pieces that you're kind of collecting. These are bandages. Bandages are essentially currency that you would then use within the game to exchange for other characters as well. So a couple of these levels, as I'm zipping past here, I'm not collecting all the bandages. I'm moving forward now. Here I'm actually just jumping into a kind of a special warp area. Now this is one of the things I absolutely love about this game, is they do these kind of, here's your base game, but by the way, there are homages to other video games, other indie games, other games you may have played on the SNES, the normal Nintendo or Game Boy. I mean, the developers of Super Meat Boy are just huge fans of video games, right? And so they're paying their homage to that, and I just love, level 1, 2, right? I mean, obviously, it feels very familiar to something like Super Mario, so this is a bonus level, I guess is what you'd be calling this, so. Now, Super Meat Boy, just for those of you as you're watching, this is not the first time it has come out. This isn't even the first time it has come out on the Nintendo platform. But this is the first time it is out on the Nintendo Switch. Meat Boy came out, I want to think it was in the 2012, and hit the Wii U a couple of years ago, but obviously the Wii U sales were pretty slim, so not a lot of people got hands-on with it. I've only ever had a Nintendo console, so I never played on any other consoles, and I didn't actually pick it up on the Wii U. It was kind of on my radar, but I had an opportunity to be over in EGX 2017 in Birmingham, and I actually met with Tommy, one of the developers of the game, and we got to play Super Meat Boy Forever, which is the next edition of Super Meat Boy, and frickin' had so much fun, and had a great interview with him, a great time, and just sat around for an hour. And we're going to release that larger interview later on our channel, but I sat down and just played Super Meat Boy Forever on tabletop mode, and it felt so awesome. It has been one of the games, both Super Meat Boy Forever and Super Meat Boy, have been like the two of the games that I've been waiting the most for 2018, and I'm so excited that this hit. So this was, again, my first time experiencing them. This is a tough platformer. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm whipping through a couple of these levels. Now, a couple of things I do want to say as we're finishing on these levels. I love at the end they have the option to replay the level again, to save the replay. You can also watch. Now, I haven't died often here, but you can actually watch when you die. If you've died several times, and you replay a level, it actually shows you all the paths that you died. So it's kind of this wicked replay as well. But you know, I love some of those functionalities. Now you'll notice that a couple of them I'm getting like grade A+. This is because I'm beating it faster than what would normally occur. So you're kind of getting a higher ranking. But definitely very precision-based gaming. A couple times here, I think I'll end up dying. But once you die, you're right back into the game super fast. It's a game where when you kind of first see a level, I'm kind of clipping through the forest here relatively quickly. Now, just for reference point, this is not my first playthrough. I've played the forest a couple of times, and then recorded the footage, so I felt a little more comfortable here. But it is. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there I died. I'm back in really quite quickly. Right, if there was a long delay screen. So, I mean, there's no limit of lives. You can die as many times as you want. The challenge is really, it's, you know, how do you solve this level to not die and rescue, obviously, Bandage Girl the quickest possible way. And a lot of it is precision-based and understanding and in trying it. This is a great example here of some replay of how many times I've died here. But there, although challenging and at times, you know, frustrating, there's an addictive quality to the game that makes you want to come back and play again and try again. I've died here a couple times already, but it's so engaging and so fun. Also, I mean, you know, it's under $20. I think it's $14.99. I think on the Nintendo Switch eShop. Like you are USD, by the way, US. If you don't have this game, you've got to pick it up. This is absolutely just a blast. It's so much fun. Love the characters of Meat Boy and then Bandage Girl. And just like, you know, just simple characters that they love each other. Dr. Fetus is a bit of an asshole. Took Bandage Girl, and here we are. Now you've got to find, you've got to solve that. You've got to recapture her, or resave her. Sorry. So yeah, I think that's, you know, it's great. Now, what I'm not showing you here also as we're moving through, because I don't want to spoil too much for you, there is this level, so we're in the forest here. I'm actually going to go back to the map. But we're in the forest, but there is also what they call the dark side. And the dark side, you can go through these warp portals, and on the dark side there are different levels that are harder, kind of, essentially a little more challenging. So I'm just going through what they call the light world right now, and completing these tasks. And again, I'm not really trying to collect a bunch of bandages. I'm just kind of getting through the world. But you can see here the boss is now unlocked, and speeding along quite nicely. I mean, this is an interesting one. Here we go, dying a lot. 5 spinning blades. The thing I like about it, and when I mentioned the bandages before, bandages act as currency. When you have enough bandages, you can unlock other characters beyond Meat Boy to potentially use in the game. The bandages give you that, like, hey, I can finish the level, I can finish it quickly, but by the way, I really want to get bandaged, so I'm going to work hard for it. They're challenging spots. You've got to really be precision-based and execute on it well and not die, and that's sometimes where the real challenge falls into play. Now here we've actually gone into a warp world, and we're playing, obviously this is an homage to the Game Boy. We're playing, and I mean, this is great, right? It's gray, it's the green kind of color scheme pushed in to play. I've got a number of lives within here as well that I can play. But I mean, this feels like you should be playing it on the actual Game Boy now. Functionally, everything feels like it's still, the control scheme is the exact same. It just happens to be basically Game Boy graphics. So absolutely love that that kind of feature and aesthetic of it as well. Here we are zipping through some of the level here as well. But this definitely feels like something you would have been playing on your Game Boy back in the late 80s, early 90s. But feels absolutely wonderful. Again, that just that respect and desire and love that they have for the series there as well. Going into level 1-3, got 3 lives here. Let's see how we do. This is actually kind of cool. So these are walls that disappear once you touch them. So, but you can only touch them so much they disappear, so you can kind of jump back. So there's a lot of like bouncing back and forth. They died there, so we're gonna get out of their crap. But yeah, I mean, this was my first experience with Meat Boy. Well, this is my first experience with Super Meat Boy, because I mean, although having played Super Meat Boy forever, back in September, this was my very first time though with actually Super Meat Boy, and it has been so much fun. I'm so happy that I got hands on it. And I'm going back to level 119 to because I did the warp. I didn't finish the level. I didn't save Bandage Girl, and I didn't save her there either. That I want to go back and finish the level, because we got to finish the level to move on to my next level, obviously. Lots of bandsaws here, so this is gonna be a tricky one. Okay. Of course, we've got other bandsaws being shot out from the bottom. There's our Bandage Girl. There we go. And I got in good timing there too. So a lot of like, it's just, it is a game, you know, I keep going back to, and we were kind enough, and thank you very much from Team Meat to provide us early access to this, to the game. But yeah, I just keep going back to it, just keep wanting to go, you know, level by level. It's a game, you know, you can easily, especially being on the Nintendo Switch, you know, you're sitting there, your spouse is maybe watching some dumb, you know, reality television show, and you're like, okay, I don't really want to watch this with you, but I'm going to play a game. And you can just pick it up and just so easily on the Nintendo Switch, and the portability feels perfect on the playing it in handheld. Actually, you know, I'm going to be honest, it feels perfect in every mode. My personal favorite, though, is tabletop with its turn sideways, the Joy-Con. But I mean, it's just perfect to have it at your hand and kind of put away and plug away a level. And basically, every time you die, the beautiful part about it is that every time you die, you are learning. You are learning how to do that level better. You saw me die several times in this level as well, and I was learning how to do it. Now, we are actually here going to go to a boss fight for Little Slugger, and they have a cutscene, so I'm going to shut up and let's watch the cutscene. All right, here we go. So, Dr. Fetus is in some type of mech chainsaw thing, which is cool. And obviously this level has a ton of bandsaws zipping past. Some dying here, which is great. So we obviously got the pressure of Dr. Fetus coming at us from the other side, but also trying to dodge through all these bandsaws as well. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. This is just absolutely tremendous. I cannot say enough that if you, $14.99 folks, USD on the eShop. If you have not done this, you have to go support Team Meat and the incredible games they do. Now, it's just awesome. I'm having so much fun with it. Now I will cautionary, right? This is probably not for a younger audience, obviously. You know, as adorable as Meat Boy is, you know, there's a lot of imagery of blood and hitting chainsaws and stuff like that. I will say it's also probably a little difficult for younger gamers to play, a little bit frustrating. I mean, I'm an older gamer and I find it frustrating at times. My youngest, who is 7, wanted to play it a couple times. I said, yeah, sure, and I sat with her and she tried, and she's like, oh, Daddy, I just can't get it. I'm not quick enough. And so it's a bit challenging for them. But you're this year probably looking at maybe your mid-teens. Maybe your perfect target audience, you know. And I said to her, I said, you know, are you bothered that, like, when Meat Boy blows up, there's blood everywhere? And she's like, oh, I didn't really even notice. So she didn't notice it until I called it out on her. So, you know, maybe parenting flaw on my end, but, you know, there it is. But, yeah, I mean, you know, just kind of know what you're getting for it. But, you know, again, from a content perspective, I mean, obviously it's Dr. Fetus. So they're, you know, there may be, you know, adult humor is advised here, but it's fantastic. I really enjoyed playing it. And I think again that 2-player race mode that they've added, split screen, is absolutely genius and a perfect addition to it. And currently it is the only edition that has that on it, the Nintendo Switch. They may be patching it later, but currently that is it. Looks like we have completed that, so we've got a cutscene again. I'm gonna shut up and let's watch this. Dr. Fetus has stolen Bandage Girl again, even after beating him. Not a big shock there. And we have a bunch of dead squirrels. That and a very sad moment. Not cool. Guys, ooh, and we are complete. So did all right, and we just do a kind of a complete of missed a couple warps in the Dark World. But guys, this is Super Meat Boy, available again on the Nintendo Switch for $14.99. You need to pick this up. You need to do that. But also, thank you very much for subscribing and watching this video on Nintendo Dads. Bye-bye!